Hey, what's up, guys? I got some good news. President Barack Obama has just met with the Cuban head of state, Raul Castro, to begin, talks between our two countries. And this is a historic moment because the United States and Cuba have not had talks in 50 years. 50 years, our two countries, which are about 100 miles apart, have not maintained any kind of diplomatic relationships with each other. And I think it's good because as someone who's liberal or and moderate on some issues, I think that peace should always try to be maintained. I think conflict and war should always be the last option. There is some situations where that is inevitable, but I think that in most situations, having talks and negotiations, it seems like those can be sought after more so than going to war or bombing, whatever. And I can already see that the Republican Party is going to have a hissy fit about this because, I can already say because the two heads of states, basically, Obama said that he doesn't want to be held accountable for things that happened before he was born. And just like most young Americans like myself, I don't want to be held, I don't want to, have a conflict with the country that over stuff that happened, 30, 40 something years before I was born. And and then Raul Castro said that he doesn't want to hold him, he doesn't want to blame him for the actions of the, last 10 or so presidents. And, I think that, those warm, subtle messages are good to, increasing our diplomatic relations with our countries. But with the Republicans, I can see them, Obama pretty much having some sort of peace deal, and the Republicans just derailing it. And you know what? In regards to Cuba, I'm not saying that the stuff they did in the past was right. They did a lot of bad things in the past, but our hands aren't clear. Our hands aren't clean either. We've done a lot of things to that country. So I think that we need to start looking at the past and start looking towards the future. But in a similar peace negotiations, whatever, President Obama was in peace talks with Iran. I mean, this is a country that the Republicans want to bomb, and Iran, they're doing everything that they can to, have some sort of peaceful resolution with us. But then the Republicans, they not only go behind the president's back and say that we're not going to abide by any kind of peace negotiations whatsoever. I mean, that's disgusting. And then also they have President, or whatever the hell his name is, Netanyahu of Israel, coming here and the way that they're loyal to him and they're willing to listen to him, a foreign leader and not our own leader. You don't have to agree with everything our president does or whatever, but when he's trying to actively seek out peace with a country that there's a possibility we can go to war with, and you want to go behind his back and listen to the leader of a foreign country and abide by his will. I mean, that's fucking treasonous. That's despicable. And the Republican Party is just so off their fucking rocker. I don't see them winning another major election ever. I actually see them, falling off the face of history, and then the Democrats maybe splitting out between like the corporatists and maybe progressive party or whatever. But I mean, it's unbelievable. But I always want to have a positive outlook on stuff, and I hope that we can maintain or start having a peaceful relationship with Cuba, because you know what? We've done stuff to that country and they've done some fucked up stuff, but we don't have to keep pointing the finger back and forth. We don't have to say, oh, look, Fidel Castro was a corrupt dictator, but then, they can point back and like, oh, well, you guys put in the Batiste government, which was extremely corrupt, and, and then we, like the American mafia pretty much ran the country because, we made that country so fucked up and corrupt that, it was overthrown by another guy who did fucked up stuff. So, we have to always seek after peace. And that's all I gotta say. Tell me what you guys think about the, President Obama meeting with the head of state of Cuba, Raul Castro. And just tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and have a nice day.